Alright, this could be special or it could just be trash, but getting a high tone like this out in the field doesn't happen too often. This is going to be my first high tone this cornfield season. Let's see what it is. I just popped the plug. There it is. It was sitting down at about 7 inches. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Oh man, I'm so excited. What is this? Okay. Definitely American large scent. I have found Spanish here. I'll work on it and get back to you. I'll do another one here just in case. EDI is kind of bouncy, but it was 60 to 70. Let's see what. So this is not reading like a coin, but you never know. It is something a little bit different. I don't think it's a shotgun shell. Let's just see what we got. Here it is. Oh, suspender clip? No. Hunk of metal? Seal? So I know I didn't record a lot of live digs or finds on this hunt, but I wanted to take some time to really focus on the trash or the non-desirables that you're finding, because it can really give you a good hint as to the type of site that you're hunting and the age based on the relics. And you know, some of these relics are relics, they aren't trash. So here's all of my unidentified items. This one here, I initially thought could potentially be a coin. It's very shaped like a coin, large sense size, but I'm not seeing enough there. But could have been hit by the plow. So that's one thing, you know, there's plows out there in these cornfields that could be making your finds look a little bit different because they've been hit over and over and over and over throughout the years. These two items here are very strong resemblance to ox knobs. However, I don't think they are. The inside should have some grooves where they would actually screw this onto the oxen's horn so it can hurt you when they're shaking their head. Very common cornfield find. So you're just going to find little bits and pieces of stuff. But you got to dig them. You got to dig it all when you're out in a cornfield site, because you just never know um, what goodies you're going to find. So here's some more of the more notable items that I was able to identify. We have an old spoon here, um, definitely period to the old homesteads. Here's a part of a hinge. I'd imagine this would be the exterior part of the hinge. Um, Possibly to an old barn, who knows. We have a rivet here, and for anybody that's found a rivet, you know it sounds really good. It rings up about as high as a quarter. I thought this was cool. This is a also part of a rivet, but you can see there's actually some of the original leather still stuck to this little rivet. Who knows, maybe it's sealed up and held together a leather satchel or something. I like to guess. This button right here is, I thought about it for a second and realized that there's no way it could be a modern button. I won't be able to zoom in far enough, but the holes are misshapen. This is going to be a mother of pearl button. So here in the tri-state area, we have a very diverse freshwater ecosystem in the Ohio River. So there's a lot of mussels and clams, and people actually cut little holes out of there and made buttons out of them. It was very common practice at the time. I guess this is some suspender relics. Old suspender clips are very common cornfield or early homestead finds. Um, so then we have these additional spoon handles here. I'm gonna guess this one might be a little newer than this one. This one's gonna be pewter. Reason I know it was very malleable or bendable, has this bluish tint to it, and I actually broke it by bending it. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt my feelings, but just something to be aware of if you're working with tin. One giveaway is the center. If you can see, it's kind of whitish tint in there, and that's because of the tin. It's predominantly made of tin, but you'll have a little bit of copper or other metals in there to make the alloy, make it harden. Um, and if you find anything that is pewter, you know you're on a really old site. You really don't find those knocking on doors. It's usually out in a cornfield. So you're going to be mid 1800s or older usually with those. And just so you see, yeah, I dig a lot of shotgun shells. You only saw me dig up two things, but I'm digging a lot of stuff up out there. These shotgun shells can be dated. The ones that I've reviewed typically date from about 1880 to 1920. And they're labeled differently than you're used to, but this one said, you can't read it, it says WRA Co., which is Winchester Repeating Arms Company. There's also bullets that will say UMC Co., which is Union Metallic Cartridge Company. And that is Remington before it became Remington. It used to have a different name. So it's, another indicator that you're hunting the right type of site. It's just difficult when you're finding lots and lots of shotgun shells, but you got to dig them all. So very, very common finds. You'll find these on home sites as well. Horse tack. These rings were attached to, hitching posts or buggies or some farm equipment. So another thing that you're going to find, I just call it horse tack because it's relating to the use of a horse or farming equipment. So here's the notable good finds that I had. This guy right here, it's broken off, unfortunately. However, this is going to be a watch winding key. Pocket watches were very prominently used during this time period. And I'll show on the screen what one would look like. But that is a first for me. I've not actually found a watch winding key. There's the coin that you actually saw a photo of already. It's my 1847 braided hair large cent that I got really excited about. I did clean this coin, but my advice for you would be never put any water on these coins. Use a toothpick or what I used is called Andre's pencils. And then finally, we have the high grade Perry, Indianapolis Buggy Manufacturing Company pendant. And you can see there's a nice little image of a buggy there that they'd be advertising. And there's the Perry Perry. Originally, I thought this was a military relic, which there are some that look very similar to this, but it was a small town manufacturing company and later moved to a huge, huge manufacturing plant in Indianapolis. So hopefully this is helpful for you if you're out there, trying to prospect on some of these farm field sites, just seeing some of the types of things that you can find and what you should be looking for. See you on the next hunt.